All right, we are officially live right now. Of course, KYSDC.com. My name is Quicksilva, or as they say on the radio, it's quick. Every day from 3 until 7. And another series of Remy Martin presents, man. And these have been really dope. Shout out to Remy Martin for having such an amazing idea. Our slogan at Remy Martin, so I got my t-shirt on, is Team Up for Excellence. And today we are continuing to team up for excellence. Once again, make sure you're over the age of 21 and you're drinking responsibly. So if you're under the age of 21, you should not be drinking anything except for water and juice right now. But if you're over 21, enjoy some Remy today. I'm personally drinking the limited edition, music edition bottle of Remy Martin. This joint is super dope. And I'd like to bring today's special guest to the show by the name of Matt McGhee. What's up, brother?
Going on, bro? Good to see you.
How you been, sir?
I'm all right, considering the pandemic and all that, but I'm good.
Can you believe we are over a year and a month now, and we're still in the middle of this? So the pandemic, man.
Man, I really can't. I thought that joint was gonna be over by now. Like, you know what I'm saying? I thought we was just gonna be in it maybe like 6 months at the most.
Right.
Oh,
I'm gonna tell you something funny, Matt. Think about a year and a half, well, a year ago this time in March when the pandemic first hit. Everybody had a cousin or a friend they know who worked at NASA, or my uncle, he worked at the Pentagon, and everybody had, remember that? Like literally everybody like, yo, don't say nothing, but my cousin worked at the Pentagon and NASA, and yo, this pandemic coming, we're gonna be out of work for like 2 weeks. What happened to that cousin and uncle?
bro, they didn't exist.
Right. Everybody came out of nowhere, had a kinfolk that worked for either NASA or the Pentagon that told us all it'd be 2 weeks, but it's been a year and almost a month now, but we are still here. Both of us still alive and well.
Like,
So that's a blessing in itself. But we're not going to talk about the pandemic. That's not why we're here today. We really here to spotlight yourself, Matt McGhee, because of our slogan at Remy Martin is Team Up for Excellence. So if anybody who is just watching the show right now and they have no idea who you are, tell us a little bit about your backstory, where you're originally from, where you're living at now.
my name is Matt McGhee. I'm a rapper, singer, producer, engineer. I do everything. I'm originally from PG County, Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
Moved around a lot as a kid. Uptown DC, Northeast. I'm in Virginia right now. So yeah, like if anything, I embody the entire DMV.
Perfect.
I mean,
And how long you been doing music, man?
my whole life, like literally my whole life. I think I first wrote my first rap when I was like 7.
Right.
Yeah, so I've been doing it ever since then.
You look like you're only 17 now, so was that 10 years?
Yeah, something like that.
I'm messing with you, man. Once again, you just turned into the show. We're talking to Matt McGhee. My name is Quicksilva. Now, of course, for some people in the world, you've been around for a while, but to somebody watching the show that may not be from DC, Maryland, or Virginia, you're a new artist. How have you really been? I hate the word pivot because that's been like the word of the year. But how have you been pivoting through this whole pandemic and still making yourself remain relevant?
Just staying active. You know what I'm saying? Just staying active. I dropped a album last May. That was like, when we first realized that the pandemic wasn't going anywhere anytime soon. So I just was like, all right, well, the best thing I can do is just give people art. You know what I mean?
Dope.
So giving people that visuals, working with other artists, just honing my craft, just getting better and better at what I do. That's how I've been able to do it. Like I think that's what's been keeping me sane, being able to be creative still.
Absolutely, man. You spoke about working with other artists. Are there any other artists that you're working with right this second? Because you're not just, like I said, you're not just an artist. You're a producer. You're a songwriter. You do a lot of things, man. You wear a lot of hats. Is there anybody you personally working with right now you want to shout out and mention?
Um, Nucci, we just did a joint not too long ago.
That's my guy.
Like I may have been a week ago at this point. I don't know. These days are running into each other.
Mm-hmm.
I was working with a few artists out in LA. I don't really want to say who.
All good.
I don't know if that's okay, but working with some artists in LA. My boy Al Hostile, I executive produce his project. It comes out April 2nd. It's called Homegrown. I got 3 productions on there, and I mixed the whole thing. So we pushing that right now. Yeah, and I'm willing to work with anybody really. Like I'm just trying to just give people music. Like that's really all I really care about. Like I just want people to
So I'm gonna tell you something dope, man. I'm gonna shout out real quick. I'm not sure if he's watching, but my guy DJ Malcolm Xavier. You know Malcolm?
Yes, that's my boy.
So that's my guy. So I put together this playlist called 295 ENT.
Mhm.
Where it's called like bridging the gap. So it's not like a best of. It's just like really putting artists from Baltimore and DC on one playlist and
Yeah.
putting it out on all streaming platforms. So when I was putting the playlist together, I was calling around to a lot of influential DJs and bloggers and just media people that really have their ear to the streets. And I called Malcolm Xavier, a great friend of mine, super dope DJ. And I'm like, yo, I know you real active and and I never say local artists. I always say like unsigned artists or artists that are doing their thing. And I say, yo, give me a list of like your top 10 people that like that's not on radio every day, but they're still popping in their own way.
Yeah.
Your name came up first. I swear to goodness. So if you look at the 295 playlist, I'm not sure if you saw it, but you're on the playlist. We actually have your song "End of Earth" on the playlist. But he's the first person to tell me like, quick, you got to put my man Matt McGhee on that. He's super dope. And I heard your record that day, and I'm like, yo, I hit him back like, yo, you're not lying. Like this dude got a different sound. So I just want to shout out to Malcolm Xavier if he's watching, man, because that's what really put me on with Matt McGhee. Have you seen the playlist?
I did actually, yeah. I did. I appreciate that. Thank you.
I got you, man. If you have anything else going on, please continue to send it my way because I'm updating the playlist once a month with all the artists from Baltimore, DC, Virginia, and in between, just to show love and put us all in the forefront to the rest of the world. Once again, if you're just tuning in, my name is Quicksilva. Today is being brought to you by Rémy Martin. Our slogan is Team Up for Excellence. Make sure you're over the age of 21 and you're drinking responsibly. Now, speaking of your single, End of Earth, it's been popping, man. I mean, you be getting airplay. Like that. Did you have any idea that this song would take off like that?
Honestly, no. I mean, like looking back, like the song is structurally, radio. That's like a radio. If there's anything on that album that's radio friendly, it's that.
Right.
But no, I wasn't chasing radio for like when I made that. I was just trying to make good music, and then like it just kind of happened that way. Me and Manny did the song together, and then Malcolm and Bacon Bear both like really liked the song, so they just wanted to help however they could. So I just listened to them. They told me what I needed to do, I need to register my song, all these things that I didn't know anything about, and then yeah, it just eventually got put in the rotation. I'm really thankful for that because that's the first time that's ever happened.
Congratulations, man. You have artists that's been rapping for 20 years and they've never had a record in rotation. So they're probably looking like, how the hell did this guy get a record in rotation? But that's a testimony to one thing you said is that, and once again, shout out to Malcolm Xavier and Lil Bacon Bear, because they really help walk you through the process. A lot of people don't realize success is a process.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, they become frustrated the second something doesn't go their way, or the second something is not in the time frame that they think it should be, it's automatically, oh my God, I'm not getting support. I'm getting, they hating on me. I'm like, look, nobody's hating on you. Like you're not even anybody for anybody to hate on. So like, stop with that false narrative. Just put in the work. Put in the work and really do the research on how you get the pop in clubs, how you get the pop in radio. The importance of building relationships with DJs, the importance of building a relationship with radio personality. I'm a DJ that's been in radio and clubs for 20, 25 years. And I always tell artists, a lot of the artists that complain that they're not getting like club play, I've never seen them in the club. I said, that's your first problem.
No, it's crazy. Well, first of all, I grew up listening to you, so that's.
I appreciate that. Don't make me feel old, man.
Hey, look, I'm just saying, bro. Your name definitely was buzzing through the radio throughout like some very important years of my life.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, like the club scene was never really my thing, but because I'm so cool with Malcolm and Bacon, and I would just go to events that they were spinning at or whatever the case.
Joy Club.
That's kind of like how I started to see what people reacted to, what songs hit and like when, or like things like that. So I think that I've taken that into account. That had a lot to do with my approach to that song in particular, and a lot of the things that I've been working on lately.
And what I will tell yourself and a lot of artists, because like I've interviewed a lot of artists, a lot of them say I'm not really a club person. And what I always say is that, as artists, whether you're a rapper, singer, whatever it is, you have what I call like a job description. Yeah. So if you want to pop somewhere, you have to be there. It's hard to pop somewhere that you're not at. So even if you don't like it, For an hour a day, you might got to pop your head in the club to get that relationship with the DJ, to get that relationship. That way, even when you're not there, your song is still being played. And I'm glad that, once again, that you realize that, like I said, you were not a club guy, but you realize going to the club helped your record.
For sure.
And that's something that I really preach to a lot of artists, is that make sure you are where your fan base are.
Yep.
Don't force them to come to you. If you're forcing somebody to come to you now, it's not organic. Find out where they are. If they're on social media, you have to be there. If they're in the club, wherever they are, you have to be there, because if I want to be an artist and I want to pop, I got to make sure my listeners are. But once again, if you just turned it in, we call this the Rémy Martin series. Of course, myself, Quicksilva, Matt McGhee, who's a super dope artist, man. If you have not heard any of his music, where can people find your music in case they have not heard it yet?
Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, all the streaming platforms. Just look up Matt McGhee, MattMcGhee. I just dropped the album not too long ago called Everything Starts From Now. The single End of the Earth is moving right now. We're pushing that. The video is out. If you want to go check that out, it's out on YouTube. I got a lot of music. I've been releasing music for some time now. So
that's super dope, man. That's super dope. Now, I saw you were a finalist in the Whammy Awards. How'd that go? Did you win, or is it still going on?
I don't know. They haven't announced the winners yet. I think that's probably going to be the day of whenever they have the ceremony.
Got you. If somebody can people vote for you? How's that work?
I think the voting is closed.
Okay.
I think they've already chosen their winner.
I got you.
To my understanding.
Got you.
But yeah, no, I'm actually, that's the first award that I've ever been nominated for, and I'm a finalist. So that's really good news.
That's super dope, man. I'm gonna go ahead and speak it into fruition. Even if you don't win this one, man, keep going. But I pray you win. But I tell people, and it's so crazy that we're having this conversation, because my vitamin of the day today was, if you're afraid to lose, you're never going to become a winner.
That's fact.
And a lot of people don't get that. Every person who's won in their life, or every person that's in a winning season, they've had a lot of losses.
Yeah.
A whole lot of letdowns. But the key was they kept going. Right. But you have some people, the first time they lose, they quit.
Yeah.
Like
I never been that, you know what I'm saying? Well, maybe in other things. Like I wasn't a big sports guy. So like I think I tried out for basketball one time and I ain't make it. But I was always into music. So with music, I think this may be like when it's taking the route that I'm taking, it's really, really hard. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of L's. It'd be L's that people don't even know about. They don't see because I don't really talk about it like that. But there's a lot of things that that artists like me go through that people would give up if they ever seen like a glimpse of that. You know what I'm saying? But I think what separates the people that eventually succeed and the people that don't is their persistence. And that's just something that I try to keep in mind when I go through things.
And remember that L is not a loss, it's a lesson. L is a lesson. I tell people, in life, you win or you learn. That's it. There is no losing. You lose when you quit.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people don't get, is that it might take you longer to win, but that doesn't mean that you're not a winner. I'm not sure, and it's just kind of off topic, but go on topic. I'm not sure if you study Albert Einstein, but he had a famous quote that said, "A lot of people say I'm the smartest man in the world. It's not that I'm the smartest man in the world. I just stick with problems longer."
Yeah.
And if you think about that, so it's like, if you have a problem, you might try to fix it, and if you can't fix it in a day, by tomorrow you give up. Or if you can't fix it in a year, you're like, I gave this problem a year. I'm not. Albert Einstein just says it might take me 30 years to figure out a problem, but I'm gonna figure it out. So now it looks like I'm smarter than Matt McGhee because I figured out something he couldn't. And it's not that he was smart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He stuck with it longer. So that's something I encourage you. Because you said that artists like yourself, a lot of times you take the hard route. It's not that it's the hard route, but if it was easy, everybody would be where whoever they want to be is like. So just keep doing your thing. That's kind of my little vitamin to yourself, man. You're in a good space right now, because I know who you are, and I always tell people it's not who you know, it's who knows you.
I've never heard that, but that is facts.
Think about that. Everybody can say I know Quicksilva. I've been listening to him on the radio for 25 years, but do I know who you are? You get what I mean? Yeah. So, for instance, Matt McGhee, before you met me, you knew who I was, right?
Yep.
I had no idea who you were. but I know who you are now.
Right.
You see the difference?
Yep.
That's the difference. Shout out to my man Khan. He owns Venue GPS. I see he just popped in. I think he's watching one of the streams. But he said that's a quote, man. A lot of people don't realize. I think we were all conditioned and told it's not what you know, it's who you know. And I'm like, that's the biggest lie that our parents told us. It's like it's not who you know. You might know the teacher, but do they know who Matt McGhee is?
Right.
Like, you have to make yourself valuable to a point. When I walk in the room, I want to know who you are. Yeah. Even if I don't like you, I don't like your talent, I want to know who is he or who is she, because they have this aura that makes you say, I want to get to know who they are. And then that's how you get to that next level of success.
Right.
But keep doing your thing, Matt McGhee. Once again, man, today is being brought to you by Rémy Martin, Team Up for Excellence. Do you drink?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, well, once you get off, man, enjoy yourself. Get you a little sip of Rémy Martin on the rocks. I'm actually doing some VSOP mixed with ginger ale. That's one of my favorites.
Got the VSOP.
Get the VSOP. If you and your grown man, just put it on the rocks to drink it neat. But if you feel like sipping and you don't want to get drunk too fast, mix a little ginger ale in there. It's definitely a vibe. I promise you that, man.
For sure.
All right, one last thing, man. For all your supporters that's been rocking out to Matt McGhee since day one, whether it's songwriting or producing or being an artist, they're all watching right now. They're all giving you fire emojis. You can't see them, but I can see them. But they're all giving you a lot of love, man. Anything you want to say to all your day one supporters?
Thank y'all, man. I really appreciate it, man. Just like knowing that I'm making some type of impact with the music that I make in my room.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It means a lot. It means the world to me. So I really
making it in your room?
Yeah. Or my space. My
right.
Yeah. But,
yeah. Right, so you making bangers in your bedroom?
Come on, man. That's why I started at. But
that's dope. That's dope. But keep doing your thing, Matt McGhee, man. For anybody who's not following you on social, what's your social media and what's all your streaming platforms so we can stream that single, of course, End of Earth, and all your new albums as well?
Matt McGhee on Twitter, MattMcGhee. Matt X McGhee on Instagram, MattXMcGhee. Matt McGhee everywhere. You know what I'm saying? All the streaming platforms. Go get the album. Everything starts from now. Just keep running that up. We're trying to push that right now. Go check out the video. Just tap in with me.
You know the vibes. All right, man. Well, on behalf of myself, Quicksilva, 93.9, and of course, Rémy Martin, I want to say we team up for excellence with you, my brother. Keep doing your thing. You got 110% of our support. And no matter what, don't stop, man. Hopefully, next time I talk to you, you sitting in your office with all your platinum plaques.
I see yours.
I got my joints. They go around the whole room.
That's lit.
Keep doing your thing, man. You got 100% of my support, man. And we're going to end it right now. For everybody who watched, make sure you do us a favor. Once we stop this, we're going to share this on our Facebook, on our YouTube, and all of our streaming platforms. So make sure you tweet this out or put it out on whatever you are on your social platforms, and let everybody know Quicksilva's giving Matt McGhee, of course, the stamp of approval. And make sure I get your next single, because I want to add it to the 295 Entertainment playlist.
Got you. I got you.
All right, stay safe, brother.
All right, thank you. Do the same.
Peace out, everybody. Y'all stay safe. Make sure you drink responsibly.